Monday morning, a little bit duller skies here than it was in Tenerife. Back in the northwest. John's not though, he's stuck in Orkney because the weather's so bad the ferries can't move. Whereas I actually got home in record time last night. We had a tailwind, so we got back 35 minutes before we should have done. Anyway, I've got a quick Zoom meeting. I was just moving some shit round, and Andrew's just doing a little bit of chipping. So I'll sort this Zoom meeting and then get on with the day. Ian's been tidying the workshop and finding sockets as well, so we'll go and see how he's got on with that. Oh yeah, and I feel like I'm battling a plane flu. Just feel a bit achy today. Yeah, that's the problem with planes, isn't it? 728 has arrived back from having its mod done. That's the second one actually now. First one came back Friday, and then that one's been done as well. Get a video of him backing off in case it goes wrong. You never do, but it's always worth doing. Just like loading that 1455 last week. It nearly never went up the ramp. What's this on the front here? 724 with a loader on. No, 718. Must be a shiny new loader. Oh no, it's been used. Bit of paint come off the front. Andrew's loading up some leaves for the compost pile. Or off the compost pile to move it to the field actually. My mum's car, my head's hitting the roof. Just on my way to see Craig. So Craig Phillip, aka Big Brother, original winner. He's got some workbenches he's getting rid of because he's converted his workshop into a bungalow. So I'm gonna go and shoot up, see if they're any use. It's chucking it down, absolutely chucking it down. And John's still stuck in Orkney in my car because the ferries are too rough to cross. Back from Craig's, stopped raining as well. I've never got a video, just too busy chatting, but it's got this table, I think I've showed you before, it's made of resin, it's got all these tools set in the bottom. Measured it, it's a bit big for the brew room. Too big for putting in Brookhouse, it's in two halves. And yeah, so I said, why doesn't he mount it in the wall in the bungalow he's building? It's going to be an Airbnb because it looked quite good and quirky. So that's what he's going to do. Now, we are just going to swap coats on our way to look at another school for James because we've got to fill the application this week. But what's really bad is if you're rural, the schools are all miles away. So you end up on the back of the queue for the good schools because instead of seeing where the child lives, go on that gate if you want. Instead of seeing where the child lives, hey James and Clara, instead of saying where the child lives, which is the nearest school, they go, here's the school, and keep running a circle until they've caught the kids. But then that means that you're completely disadvantaged. Discrimination. Whereas if they looked the other way around, which is James's nearest school, then it's a lot further. Going clear. So yeah, we're gonna meet in there at 4 o'clock. So right, we'll go and have a look at that. This whole school thing is driving us around the bend. We've come back now. I'm in the workshop. I'll show you what's going on with that in a second and what's going on here. But the school we prefer is 0.1 of a mile further away than the school we've just been to, and the school that we prefer is the one I actually went to, which is the one that is supposed to serve the people who live in Tarbuck, but that's been forgotten about now in the council criteria. If we put that as first choice and don't get a place, the likelihood of us getting what would be our second choice is very remote because of the distance that we live from the school we've just visited, because we still live 1.5 miles from it, 1.6 from one and 1.5 from the other. So if it's not our first choice, we won't get a space because it'll just go to the kids that live the closest. If we put it down as our first choice, it isn't really, because the other one was our first choice, because we just feel it was a little bit more modern. I don't know whether it had a little bit more funding because of the deprivation within that village. Maybe I don't know. So it's like, what do we put as first choice? Anyway, that's boring for people watching this video, but that's, yeah, we drive us around the bend. It's a bit wet, that screen, isn't it? Have you got like a bit of fluff on it there? Anyway, 1690. So Morgan has been painting bits. He's painted this frame around the front and the batch tray, which he showed you yesterday, the day before. Radiator's been painted. That's all starting to look a little bit more tractor shape now, which is good, considering he's only spent a couple of days on it this last week, on and off with other jobs. It is starting to take shape. Some of these bits here are hanging up, being painted. In the meantime, while Morgan's been on with that, Ian has been, at the camera, starting to make some progress in tidying up this array of floor furniture, and has managed to complete a socket set back up. So that is now complete. That was the one that I said do not lose, so he's managed to trace them. Then we've got this old set, and he's nearly found most of them. We believe the ones that are missing may have been the ones for the jack that we use for jacking up the Bateman and the wheel nuts on the Bateman. So we'll have a look when the Bateman wheels were last changed. Yeah, so he's been going through, and then all in that bucket is all stuff for the big bin. You wouldn't believe that we've nearly filled the big bucket with empty plastic drums, broken umbrellas, pallets, cardboard boxes, old sprayer pipes, Spalding's catalogues, out of date, blocks of wood, which to be fair they should stay in here because we use them for stuff. But not sure what's gone on there, but there was not much room there, and now there's a bit more. So he's obviously, well, there's obviously something parked there when I went away, wasn't there? Yeah, he's getting through it. Not sure if I get a chance tomorrow now because I'll be heading over to Lamma, but that we want to convert to fit on a little John Deere. But yeah, it's taking a bit of shape in here now, a bit of order. It's actually okay to do it in the winter because it's a nice dry job in here with the heater on, tidying up. And once everything's got a place, it can go back in its place. But the problem is there's not enough racking and there's not enough shelving for everything to have a place at the moment, apart from the nuts and bolts that were kindly, the shelving was kindly put together by Cramp for us. Don't forget, actually, if you go into Lamma, I'm sure they do a show offer on these at Lamma, so it'd be worth going to speak to them. So yeah, go and check them out. But yeah, they came out and put all that together for us, didn't they? Which was really handy. I've seen on Facebook as well that Bateman have got something new. So whether they have finally built that 8,000 litre sprayer, I think it was going to be, and it's going to be unveiled at Lamma, I'm not too sure. Spalding's are doing a seed sock offer, so I think if you get to their stand, I think they're definitely doing hats. Whether they're doing the rucksacks as well, I'm not entirely sure, but I've got to take a load of hats over for them tomorrow. What else is at Lamma? Obviously Alliance are at Lamma. I'll be there at 11:30 on the first day, and probably the second. I'll probably be there before that actually. So what else? Something else I was going to say. Something in here I've just seen and walked past reminded me of Lamma. I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, sorry, the brush. Yeah, so yeah, Lamma. There might be something there for on the back of that brush, if that makes sense. So go and have a look around and see if you can find what it is at Lamma that we could possibly put on the back of that brush to move it around and sweep the yard. That's today's, well, in fact, that's the next few days' quiz question until we get to Lamma and unveil it. You probably can't see, but because Morgan was painting some bits in the workshop while he was doing that, Oscar and Ian tidied up a little bit behind the Claydon drill as well, because there was all sorts of stuff been blown in the wind. So we've had a good route around, because I even left a bale of straw up there and it blew off and ended up burst everywhere, so they've tidied all that up. Now we've got a pallet of mesh that was left over from the concrete on the top. Apologies for today's video being a little bit boring, but I've just catching up with stuff and feeling under the weather. I think I've peaked. I'm hoping I've peaked. Anyway, Edward Snelson, happy birthday. He's 8. Scott Smith is 54. Stephen Brackstone, happy birthday. And Straub Pumphrey, happy belated birthday. But I think someone put you on the other day. I don't know how you pronounce it, but now £108,100. Anyway, I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a warm drink and hopefully feel a bit better, and then I can shake it off before Lamma on Wednesday. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.